Okay everyone, my name is Rahmawati Prativi and today I will present a contrastive analysis between English suffixly and Indonesian equivalent in the movie The Twilight Saga Eclipse. And the next slide. For background of the study, language is a very important for humans because language is a part of humans. Like what Corbalin says, that a language is not only uniquely human, it is also universally in every part of the world. People speak to the other people. Humans use language to speak one to other. Language become identity, describing yourself and defining who we are from the way we talk. Language cannot be separated from our life because it holds any important aspect including career and society. Humans as social beings are united by language. They use language as a communication to express their emotion, ideas, feelings, and truths to others. And then for limitation of the study, first, the similarities between English suffixly and their Indonesian equivalent in the subtitle of the movie The Twilight Saga Eclipse. And the second is the differences between English suffixly and their Indonesian equivalent in the subtitle of the movie The Twilight Saga Eclipse. And the third, the prediction of the learning of translation problem based on the differences between English suffixly and their Indonesian equivalent in the subtitle of the movie The Twilight Saga Eclipse. And then the next slide for the statement of the problem. What are the similarities between English suffixly and their Indonesian equivalent in the subtitle of the movie The Twilight Saga Eclipse? And the second, what are the differences between English suffixly and their Indonesian equivalent in the subtitle of the movie The Twilight Saga Eclipse? And the third, what are the learning of translating problem predict based on the differences between English suffixly and their Indonesian equivalent in the subtitle of the movie The Twilight Saga Eclipse. Next slide for the objective of the study. First, to find out the similarities between English suffixly and their Indonesian equivalent in the subtitle of the movie The Twilight Saga Eclipse. And second, to find out the differences between English suffixly and their Indonesian equivalent in the subtitle of the movie The Twilight Saga Eclipse. And the third, to predict the learning on or translating problems based on the differences between English suffixly and their Indonesian equivalent in the subtitle of the movie The Twilight Saga Eclipse. The next slide for the significance of the study. First, for the researcher, the process of the result of this research will be very significant experience for the researcher, the writer of this thesis. The first academic research experience will be a basic for the researcher to do further, more complex research in the future. And then the second, for the readers in general. Readers in general may also get benefits from the result of this research. They can observe the equivalence more easily, and the result may be better. Their comparison on the subtitle of other similar research on particular movies. And for the translation practitioners, the result of the research are also probably helpful for translation practitioners. They may learn from the process of the result of this thesis on movie subtitle translation to get more understanding and knowledge about translation practice. And the last, for the institution, the result of this thesis can also be useful as a little addition to the state of the art or theories on translation studies, and therefore the thesis is a useful academic contribution on the institution, especially to the academic performance of the English Language Department, Faculty of Humanities, Universitas Dianuswantoro. The next slide for previous studies. For the first, by Sumiati and Shirley Marliasari, entitled A Contrastive Analysis of Suffix between English and Uzbek Language. In this research, Sumiati and Shirley Marlisa conclude that suffix English and Uzbek are derivational and inflectional. Suffix in Uzbek can be added to any word, classes including number and sentence, but in English, suffix can be added to noun, adjective, verb, and number. Not only that, but also found the differences and the similarities of suffix in English and Uzbek in terms of their forms, function, and meaning. And also there are found 5 differences of suffix in English and Uzbek in terms their form, 5 differences in their function, and 6 differences in their meaning. And the second thesis by Asmania, entitled Contrastive Analysis between English and Indonesian Suffixes in the Rainbow Tropes novel. The conclusion of the research is the discussion is divided into 2 major points. The first is the conformity in the kind of English and Indonesian suffixes, especially found in the Rainbow Tropes novel. This is conducted to figure out whether all of the kind of suffixes be present are conformity of the found in the novel. Furthermore, in this research also has conduct analysis which contrast to language. There are English and Indonesian language. This research focus on morphology level. The next slide for literature reviews and for contrastive analysis, like Carl James say that contrastive analysis is the analysis used in finding a differences of that often makes the second language learner have difficulties in understanding a language material. And then the second, morphology. Morphology is a study of words, and morphology is one of the linguistic branches. According to Euler, morphology is the study of the basic element used in a language. And then for morpheme is the smallest meaningful constituents of a language expression. Like what Boyd say that morpheme is the smallest unit in a language. I think that's all for my presentation, and thank you very much.